Keep it living.
Let him share it. How many minutes is this one?
I have
Two hours.
So where's what I'm sharing? Where is it?
You should be live now. You go to the speaker and share it. Give me the audio. Let me hear it.
Okay, I'll just give my password. Okay. 192020. It gets a lot.
And then you just turn on the data.
Are you already following the sticker?
No.
77036. Telephone 346-426-5650 or 832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
Daniel's Fashion LLC. When it comes to fashion, we offer custom-made clothing that can make you stand out in the crowd and look in your absolute best. Tell us your preferences and desires. I will take care of the rest. Got an upcoming event or occasion? You can book an appointment with us today so we can get started. Daniel's Fashion LLC. Custom-made and alterations, formal and informal, children's wear, wedding gowns, prom dresses, curtains, and tuxedo. 346-207-7030 or 832-266-3239. Come one, come all. Hurry now at Daniel's Fashion LLC, 6107 Wickrest Drive by Alwyn, Houston, Texas 77072. Email us at support@danielsfashionllc.com or www.danielsfashionllc.com. Daniel's Fashion LLC, crafts and fabric store that stand out of others. Tailoring just for you.
Hello. You're welcome to the maiden edition of Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN. Thank you very much for all that you have done. To those of you that have been following me over the years, like I told you, the show just got bigger. We're now on TV, and it will also be shared on my Facebook every time. Feel free to call in. I already shared the number, and you will see the number on the screen. Feel free to call in. If you're in America, just call in directly. If you're outside America, remember to put +1. You can also call in on WhatsApp during the program. It's been a good journey, and we will not stop now. The show just got bigger. So find a way, get friends, family, folks together, neighbors together. This is a Sunday program, and it will surely always meet your need one way or the other. Remember, we talk about many issues on relationships, life and living, business, jobs, and we're going to be delving into politics once in a while. Today's topic is very important, and I want you to sit back, relax, and let's discuss it together. Today's topic is going to be on sex matters. Are all men the same as all men? And I will say that again. On sex matters. Are all men the same as all men? Yes, from what you know about me, we really speak against domestic violence. And you know that we try to kick against it, though we cannot stop totally domestic violence in the society. But we do our best to reduce it as much as possible. When you hear that couples have killed themselves, or a man has killed his wife, or his wife killed the husband, that's always the end of the story. We do not talk about the starting of the story. For me, when there's domestic violence, it is the time for you to move. It is the time for you to run away. I want you to work on your relationship, in your marriage, in your dating, work on it. Make sure it works. But when domestic violence is involved, do not stay another day. Because the other day, the next punch could land you into your grave. And so many times we look at the things that build up into couples hitting themselves, beating themselves, using weapons on themselves, and ultimately killing themselves. One of them is cheating. Oh my God. Cheating has been with us since the world was created. And I'm not sure cheating is going away anytime soon. Very soon we're going to open the phone line and you can call in. But let's form the preamble first. I do not think cheating is going away anytime soon. And so, male cheat and females cheat. The human beings generally cheat. Now, there's this argument on who cheats more, the male or the female. Most of us will say, well, the male. The male is always wandering about. Let's assume that we are right. And I tend to think, are all men the same as all men? If given some circumstances, is every man going to cheat? And finally, if every man is going to cheat, will you run away from your relationship if you caught your man cheating? Let's delve into the cause of the matter. Now, every man at one time or the other probably will lust after a woman. Not necessarily cheating like physically going there, looking lustfully, admiring the beauty of another woman apart from your own woman. Every man at one time or the other will appreciate the beauty in another woman. Well, fair point. Nothing is wrong with that. But when your own man is caught red-handed with another woman, what will you do in that case? Will you manage the relationship? Will you fight? Will you cry? Will you beg? Or will you walk away? Now, we're discussing this because this is a major ingredient towards domestic violence. And if it is not well handled, it can destroy and it can kill. My opinion, and I will hear your opinion very soon, when you move away from a man that cheated and you move to another man, guess what? That man is also likely to cheat. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not categorically saying that all men in the world are guilty of this. Of course, there are men that can hold themselves. Of course, there are men that have the gift of celibacy, as we will call it, But generally, most men, at some point, if given some opportunities, may cheat. And so the question before you today, if you found your man cheating, what will you do? You can begin to send the messages in, reply by text messages, your WhatsApp reply. You can send messages on the Facebook as we discuss. I want to hear from you. What would you do if you found your own man cheating? Has anybody ever wondered? A man has such a beautiful wife. A wife that has everything. She has a good job. She's beautiful. She speaks well, presentable. Yet, he would cheat. He would cheat with someone that is not even up to the class of that woman. Why do you think that is? A man, most of the time, is uncontrollable. When a man goes all night, maybe to the club, and the wife is not there, they're dancing, what do you think happens sometimes? All these things will lead to cheating. And so, the question is, when men cheat, what in the world should the partner do? Should you keep quiet? Should you beg? Or should you walk away? Let's look at it step by step. You want to fight. If a man is caught red-handed, most of the time, he wants to use the bold face that, oh yeah, I didn't do it. You remember that song, It Wasn't Me. Even when you caught him on the camera, it wasn't me. But you saw him in the sofa, it wasn't me. You saw him in the bathroom with the other lady, he wasn't me. He would look for what to say. And because you're so sure of what you found, what you saw, you're likely to fight back. And if it is not well handled, this could turn physical. And physical matters could result into somebody dying. Yes, I mean it. And so when you found your man cheating, please confront him. Now you have confronted him. If he's admitting, if he's begging, there is no point to continue to emphasize on what he has done. Work on it and move on. Accept the fact that, well, he's just a man. I am not justifying cheating by any standard. Hear me. Let me say that again. I am not justifying cheating by any standard. The only thing I do not want, the only thing I kick against is when people beat up themselves in any relationship. Feel free to call in if you want to call in. Feel free to send your messages in if you want to send your messages in. So when he has cheated and you have confronted him and he has admitted, I think you should let it go. Work on him. Don't make him a major suspect. Please find a way to let him understand that, okay, don't do it no more. Move on. It's part of life. When you stay with a man and you work it together, he probably will change for the better. But when you want to do the opposite, which is to fight, no man loves to be embarrassed. No man loves to be shown that he's a cheat, a perpetual cheat. And so when you emphasize on it day in, day out, one day he's going to turn around and fight you. And so when the fight occurs, usually it starts with an argument. Then you're raising your hands and he thinks you want to slap him. Then he raised his hands and he slapped you. Then he pushes you and you hit your head and you die. What have you gained? Most of the time, when we talk about these matters one-on-one, it pays us better than to fight over it. Your man, I wish and I pray and I hope your man will not cheat on you. But breaking news, if he cheated, just like most other men, the advice is, what will you do? So I have said, number one, talk about it. Please talk about it. Another thing you can do, particularly to the Africans, this we do not do, and that is not right. A lot of men need to seek for help. A lot of therapists could be needed sometimes because the idea of cheating could be something that you might not be able to stop on your own. And so when you cannot stop it on your own, who can you talk with? Who should you discuss with? Now, some of you listening to me now, let's go personal. And I do not want you to pretend. You know what you're battling through. You know what you've seen. You know what you've heard. You know what you've caught your husbands doing. We're going to talk about the women. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying only the men cheat. Women cheat. We will get back to that. One day we're going to talk about DNAs and find out that a lot of firstborns don't even belong to the men. So that's a problem on its own. But for today, let's talk about the man that cheats. And so when you have found all these things, can you request that your husbands will go for help? Some counseling somewhere. There are some things that you cannot fight on your own. There's some explanations that you cannot do on your own, particularly if that man is a chronic cheat. He goes to party, he's going with another girl. Even in church, he's trying to be with another girl. Not that he doesn't love you. Even when your sister came home, he's trying to toast your sister. You haven't heard that before? There are men like that. Okay, you told him, I see you looking at her lustfully. He's turning to look at another girl lustfully. In his office, he has one or two girls that he's dating. He needs help, my friend. And this help, you may not be able to render on your own. There are people that should be able to help you. Why don't you seek for counseling? The first thing I told you, talk about it with him. But when you seem like a chronic cheat, then seek for counseling. Number 3 point is a big one, and that is the truth. Sometimes we have to be fair. We have to be fair on both parties. Though I recommend, though I wish that you would talk about it, you will seek for counseling, you will stay there and find a way out together. Number 3 point is this. If you cannot take it, then walk away. Yes, I am looking straight into the camera to say that. If you cannot take it, then walk away. I would rather you walk away than stay with what you know you will fight over. If it is too stinky, if it's a situation that is too bad and you know that there is nothing you can do about this, rather than staying there, rather than managing the situation, walk away. Now, that's not my first choice. My first choice is stay, talk about it. My second choice is seek for counseling. My third choice is don't stay. Now, don't stay if this is going to threaten your life, particularly, and we've had cases like that, particularly when this man is bold enough to bring the other man or other woman into the house. When this man is bold enough to let you know that I don't care what you're thinking, I'm cheating, I'm cheating. You know, it's too bad. I think we have a call. Hold on. Let's speak the call. Share life issues with ESHMAN on ABN TV. Can you please tell us where you're calling from? Hello, can you? All right, Miss Alexander Selua from Nigeria. Good to talk to you. Yes, so what do you think, Miss Alexander? When a woman finds her husband cheating, what do you recommend? What should she do?
I think the marriage is not mature enough.
Okay. Right on.
Go back to seek for counseling.
All right.
The husband should take it easy and go back for the counseling. They are not mature enough.
They are not mature. Mr. Alexander, I fully agree with you and I like what you've said. But the reality is, no matter how old marriages are, people still cheat. Even 30 years, 40 years after marriage, people still cheat. So what is your definition of maturity? At what stage do you consider them to be matured?
Yes, what I mean by maturity is that they should understand themselves.
Okay.
With mutual understanding.
Yes.
The both spouse so they're supposed to understand themselves and to believe that there's no reason for cheating in the marriage.
I fully agree with you. But do you believe that people cheat on a daily basis? Even people in church, people in mosque, professors, doctors, lawyers, everybody, people cheat. Do you agree? Miss Alexander, are you still there? Are you still there? I do believe we have a network issue. Thank you, Mr. Alexander, for calling in. And for every other person listening, it's time for you to start calling in. All right, 3464-265650. If you're calling outside the United States, +1. You can call us on WhatsApp and you can call us directly. Now, Mr. Alexander, thank you for your good point. He believes that the marriages where there's cheating, they are not matured enough. How many of us agree with him? All right, I do not know what maturity has to do with it, but he has a very fair point that they are not matured enough. That's why the man could cheat anyway. Now, he says that a man that cheats should please humble himself and go for counseling. If this marriage has lasted a while, and I'm asking Mr. Alexander, at what stage do you say the marriage is matured? They understand themselves. They love themselves. But there's this manly nature that just wants more and more. What do they do? What should they do? I want us to be very practical. Let's not pretend that cheating does not happen. Cheating happens every day and everywhere. Very soon we'll be going on break. We'll let you know at that time. But then, please, your text messages, what you think about the program of today, call in and let us discuss together. So I was on my third point before Mr. Alexander called, and I want you to please call in so that we can discuss it. My third point, remember, first point, talk about it. Second point, get in to seek counseling. Third point, run away. If the cheating is becoming a life-threatening matter for you, if the cheating is something that you know the man is so bold about and he's not going to change, he doesn't care what you think, then I think you need to walk away. Because if you do not walk away, it will surely affect your mental state. If this man has abandoned you, if this man has left you to your own, if this man believes that, look, there is nothing we can do, I'm not interested in you, I will continue to cheat, please, that marriage is done. Much I support that all marriages should last till eternity. The reality is not all marriages will last till eternity. Now, we have a call. Please hold. Yes, please. Sharing life issues. Yes, please. We can hear you now. All right. You want to speak up? You want to speak up, please, Ms. Bangdele?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I think that this is a very interesting topic you are treating this morning.
Yes.
And I heard what the last caller said about maturity. But I want to tell you that I don't know what he means by that, because maturity doesn't seem to have anything to do with this issue. I've seen men who have been married for 20, 30 years still cheat on
They
their
still
wives.
chase.
So I don't know what it is with you, men. But the thing is, we as women, we don't even mind. We don't mind forgiving when we go astray once in a while. But when it becomes the norm, then it's something else. Our health is at risk.
Wow.
Our blood pressure, because we don't even know what we are doing again, so they go and pour hot water on your head.
Yeah.
You know?
Ms. Bamdele, what do you advise a woman that the husband is a chronic cheat? You know what I mean by chronic cheat? He cheats repeatedly without wavering, without thinking back. What do you advise that the woman does? What should she do?
Yeah, my advice, I've married for about 20 years. My advice is that if you wouldn't stop after you have pleaded with him, if you wouldn't go for counseling, or he goes for counseling and doesn't yield to what he's being told to do at the counseling and all that, I think it's just safe. If you know you can't, you can't hold it. It's good to just allow the man be separated from him. Let him go and sort himself out.
So will you advise that the lady in question, I'm not saying you now because you seem to have a very good marriage, would you advise that the lady will marry somebody else or go with another man?
If she's separated while waiting for him to find his bearing, she can't go with another person. She has to be celibate. But if he continues to be who he wants to be, and he gets a divorce, of course she can remarry. And
if she marries another man, remember when you were saying, you said you don't know this thing about you men. You see, you generalized. So she marries another man who also is a cheat. What should she do?
Well, once bitten, twice shy, you know. I'm sure by now she has some experience, some red flags. You know, most of the time, I like men for one thing. Most of the time, they don't hide who they are. Most of the time.
Good point.
80%. So when you watch out for the red flags and see, you have to decide, can I go on with this? Can I do this? If you can't, because you see some things in seed form. By the time you get into that marriage, you will see the growth, the little tree with fruits. So once you identify it from the seed level, you know a guy who just cheats once in a while because he lets his guard down or something. It's different from a chronic cheat.
Okay.
Yeah, so once you see the seeds from the beginning, run.
I got you. Wow. I love that. Once you see, run. Because the sanity of the female is very important. And women, we need to appreciate this. Ms. Bamdele, you've said the truth, and I like what you've said. One last thing that I still want us to discuss before you go, Ma, is this issue of maturity. Mr. Alexander feels that maturity, I still have a problem knowing what maturity is. Is it as per age? Is it as per understanding? What is maturity in this case? How do you say a man is matured or not matured?
Well, I think it doesn't have to do with age. You know, these people, they are old people.
They're old people?
I don't think it has to do with age, but I think it has to do with how far the man has gone with knowing who he is and what he wants. If you want to have a good home,
yes.
Even if the thing is entering your eye, you don't have to go I know
okay.
men who tell their wives, sweetheart, help me.
Help me do what?
Help me. If I'm traveling, I don't want to go alone. Please come with me.
The wife cannot go everywhere. They don't work together in the same place.
Yeah, I understand. But these are men who are willing to admit that
Okay.
they have a problem and they want
Good.
to be helped.
Good.
And you can
Good.
help the man that wants to help.
I like that point.
Says, his girlfriend's name as Vulcanizer.
I like your point. I'll put you on the spot, Ms. Bamdele. I'll put you on the spot. Are all men the same? Yes or no?
No.
So some men are better than some men.
My son is not like that.
Your son is... You don't know where your son goes to, Ms. Bamdele. Thank you very much for this call, Ms. Bamidele. That's a very wonderful one, and I really appreciate this call. Yes, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, please, you've heard from two people. Feel free to call in and let's discuss together. Ms. Bamidele feels that, look, I will talk to him, we will seek counseling, but if he's not going to change, I will walk away. And I put her on the spot asking the other man, what if that one cheated as well? Ladies, you seem to be the one facing the bigger issue in this. Of course, a man will not think twice. If the wife cheats, he wants him to go. We're going to be talking about the women some other time. But for today, I just want us to focus on the men. All right. We have another call. Please hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing life issues with ESHMAN. Hello, are you there?
Hello, I'm there.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome to Sharing Life Issues with ESHMAN.
Yeah.
Yes. You've been following the program. What do you think?
This for World from Nigeria.
Mr. Paul Well from Nigeria, you're welcome. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Paul Well, what should a lady do when the husband is a chronic cheat?
I think that we need to look it from this perspective. Number one,
Are you there? We're having network issues. Mr. Paul Well, I really would like to hear your opinion. Are you still there? Mr. Paul Well. Okay, you're back online now.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah, I'm back online. Sorry, it's raining here in Nigeria.
Oh, so sorry about that.
Yeah. One of the things I see that, especially cheating in marriage.
Yes.
Number one, some of these traits has been happening even before marriage.
Before marriage.
It's not well. Yes, some has happened before marriage. Maybe when you are dating with somebody,
Okay.
and you know that the person you are dating with has like 2 or 3 dating.
Oh man, I love the angle you're taking it through, Mr. Paul. I wish this network will allow you to make this point because you're just saying my mind, which was going to be my next point. Please, Mr. Paul, I need you to come back. Are you still there, sir? All right. So you were saying you would have noticed some things before marriage. Yes. I can hear you loud and clear, Mr. Paul. Loud and clear, Mr. Paul. Are you there? Are you there? We need to be.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Quickly make your point before the network goes off again.
Yes, it might be happening before the relationship, before the marriage sometimes.
Yes.
Well, many relationships, even in dating or in your courtship, and many women who don't even care because they are eager to go into the marriage.
Thank you.
When the marriage comes, the man might not be able to stop.
Wow.
Because it has become the part of their dealings together. So because the man will see it as a way.
Wow. Mr. Paul. Yes.
And also when it becomes the way of the man, because I always say something, we need to fear the purpose of the marriage.
Okay.
Yes, when there's a marriage, there is a vow that is being made. You know, number one, we need to fear the covenant we are making at the place of the vow.
Okay.
Number one, fearing the covenant to God.
Okay.
And also, and fulfilling our promises to our spouse at the same time.
Good. I love what you've said. Wow. This is wonderful. Now, before I let you go, your network seems to be up and down, Mr. Paul. I wish you could have a stable network.
And also, hello?
Yes, I'm with you. Also. I'm with you, Mr. Paul. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you, Mr. Paul. All right, Mr. Paul, you probably may have to call us again. Your network seems to be on the way. Look, what Mr. Paul said, unfortunately, I'm going to jump down my third point to quickly go into it. Then I will let you know which is my number 4 point I was going to mention. I love what he has said. What you're getting now, somehow, You would have seen it before you got married. Now, when you were dating, you knew that this same guy had 1, 2, 3 other girls. But because you were eager to marry, you decided to go on with it. Now there are issues, and you think it will just stop overnight? No. I always say to people, and those that know me would have heard it very many times, you want to marry someone, you're dating, and the guy drinks a lot. And you're thinking that when he marries you, he will stop drinking. No, it's not going to happen. Before you married him, he was beating you. And you think after marriage, your prayers and good behavior will stop him from beating you? No, it's not going to happen. Mr. Paul said, which is very true, and I love what you said, Mr. Paul. I wish the network allowed you to speak some more. Before I continue, we have another call, and okay, I think it's Mr. Paul calling back. Mr. Paul. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so you got my point very well now. So I was watching that you got it. So it's that some of them are not able to caution it. So
Yes.
what a man has been doing repeatedly, he cannot stop suddenly.
Yes.
So it's going to become chronic in marriage.
In marriage.
About the man also, there's a place of discipline. After you are able to fulfill your vow to your spouse,
Yeah.
and keeping the promises and fearing God, the next thing that can help a man is discipline.
Discipline.
Many men are not able to discipline with what they see. Because even
the network issue. Yes. Quickly make your point, sir. You're back.
no matter how you have to, so you need to discipline ourselves as a man, discipline of what we see, of what goes around.
Mr. Paul, I would ask you this question. Are all men the same when it comes to women issues? Are all men the same? Are all men liable, or no, don't let me use the word liable. Are they likely to fall if the temptation is too much?
Sincerely, all men, we are all likely to fall the temptation.
Wow, I'm really enjoying you, Mr. Paul, but this network is, yes, all men are liable to fall. Okay, yeah. So you said all men are likely to fall if the temptation is too much, right?
The temptation is too much.
Okay.
If it's not disciplined.
Yes, if it's not well disciplined, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I love what you've said, and I love your contribution, Mr. Paul. I'm so proud of you, and I thank you for calling in. Mr. Paul has raised some very vital points that we all need to take note of. Mr. Paul, please, thank you, and call again and again on our shows. Now, that we all need to take care of. If you see some things happening, I got another call. I need to attend to these, my callers, all right? Welcome to Sharing Life Issues with ESHMAN. Who am I speaking with, and where are you calling from, sir? Oh, okay, Miss Alexander, you're calling back.
Yes. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Yes, I know, yes.
Yes. I want to conclude my contribution.
All right, quickly go ahead.
Yeah. I said the understanding between the both couples.
Yes.
Can make them not to shit on one another.
I understand, yes. Mr. Paul raised a point that all men are likely to fall if the temptation is too much. Do you believe in that, Mr. Alexander? There's something about the network from Nigeria. I said, do you believe in that? Mr. Paul said that all men are likely to fall when the temptation is too much. Do you believe in that? Are you there, Mr. Alexander? Mr. Alexander, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm with you.
So, Mr. Paul said that all men are likely to fall if the temptation is too much. Do you believe in that? I guess the network issue is really disturbing us. Mr. Alexander, if you can hear me, quickly say, But okay, you're back now. Mr. Paul said that all men are likely to fall if the temptation is too much. Do you believe in that statement that Mr. Paul said? All right, Mr. Alexander, I guess your network is in the line. If you get it back, you can always call us. Now, two quick things I want to address that I want to talk about. Mr. Paul said, and I want to emphasize on it, that most of the things that you're seeing in the marriage, you must have seen it while dating. But the truth is, if you ignored it while you were dating, there is no point fighting for it right now. If your man was a chronic cheat when you were dating, surely he will not change automatically. So what you see now while dating is what you're going to be seeing when you are married. If you cannot handle the things that you're seeing while dating, then don't marry the man. It's that simple. You don't want to stay with a drunkard, don't marry the man that drinks a lot. All right. Give us a second way. All right, we'll be going for a short break right now, and I'll be right back. This is Sharing Life's Issues, Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN, and we will see you at the other side of the divide.
African Broadcasting Network. African Broadcasting Network. It's all about Africa. It's all about motherland. Celebrating rich cultural heritage. ABN, we bring the best. It's Africa. Broadcasting Network. Broadcasting Network. African Broadcasting Network. Entertainment, education. African Broadcasting Network. Oh yeah. Information, cultural value. African Broadcasting Network. ABN, celebrating Africa's rich cultural heritage.
African Broadcasting Network. Africa Broadcasting Network. African Broadcasting Network. African Broadcasting Network. Ètò lóríṣiríṣi, ABN àwa la nìyẹn. Ètò lóríṣiríṣi, ABN àwa la lè ṣe o. Kèrèkètè náà wò wá kárí ayé. Àwa la lára, a ò gbàràdá o. Àṣà àti ìṣe wa l'Áfíríkà o. Òun là wá ń gbé lárugẹ. Ẹni sọlédùn kó sápò yàtọ̀. Àjèjì tó ṣokùnà kó sápò ẹbí. ABN tún ti gbára dé o. Ẹ máa wò wá kẹ́ ẹ máa tún wá wò. Àwọn aládé bẹ̀ tún bẹ̀ ṣeun. Kẹ́ máa wò wá kẹ́ ẹ máa tún wá wò. Àwọn aládé bẹ̀ tún bẹ̀ ṣeun. African Broadcasting Network. African Broadcasting.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much to those of you that are watching. In the U.S., the time every Sunday is going to be 8 o'clock, and in Nigeria, it's going to be 2 p.m. every Sunday. So please block your time. And in Canada, just follow the line as well. Some parts of Canada, they're 1 hour ahead and some 1 hour below us. So wherever you're watching from in the US time is going to be 8 o'clock every Sunday. Now, on this second aspect of the program, we're basically going to be wrapping up. If you still want to call in, feel free to call in, or you want to send in messages, feel free to. But what we have been discussing is the fact that if your man cheated, what will you do? Is every man the same? Like every man. 346-426-5650. That's the number to call. And if you're calling outside the United States, remember to put +1. You can also get us on WhatsApp with the same number. So I was saying 2 points I will address before we call it a day. Number one is the fact that what you're seeing in your marriage right now, you probably had an idea of it when you were dating, but you ignored it. And good point from Mr. Paul Wealth, who said that you must have seen that this man himself, while dating, had 2 or 3 other girls. But because you were eager to marry, you went ahead. Now, I don't want you to blame me because he already showed you his kind of lifestyle. You don't want to marry a drunkard. You got him in the club. How do you expect him to change after he has married? You got him in the club. Before you got married, he had a lot of girlfriends. How do you expect him to change? So all these things must be put in perspective. But before that, I was also emphasizing that at some point in your life, you have to walk away from your trouble. I need you to stay. I need you to hang on. I need you to make your marriage work. I need you to make your relationship work. But when you get to the things that you cannot handle, please, by all means, I encourage you, you need your life. Stay separately for some time. Things could change. Things could turn around. But don't stay there and fight dirty. Mr. Alexander had a very good point. I also like what he has said. He was emphasizing on the maturity, and he said both of them need to be matured. Marriage is not for kids. One of these days, I am going to have an American beside me and a Nigerian. An American does not mind if the 19-year-old girl is getting married. Is the culture is good, but in Nigeria, for instance, it is believed that no, that's way too young. Marriage is not for those that are not matured. Now, don't get me wrong, maturity is not only as per age. Maturity comes with a lot of wisdom. And so if you're married but not matured, the things that you shouldn't be running after, you will be running after it. Make sure, like Mr. Alexander said, both of you have to be matured. You have to seek counseling. You have to fulfill the pledge that you made to one another. If that pledge cannot be fulfilled, then you've broken the bounds of the marriage. You must make sure it works. But he recommended high level of maturity, which I also would emphasize on. Now, to wrap it all up, life is all about being happy. And when you want to be happy, you don't make another person unhappy. Why don't you stay within, talk about issues? Women, when you don't talk about these things, you're doing only one thing, exposing the man. The more the man goes out, the more he sees what he shouldn't be seen. Make him enjoy his home. I can hear the heart of some women, and I wish the women in particular can call in and let us know what they're expecting. You do everything for the man. You make him comfortable. You provide everything. You produce everything. You give him everything. He still goes ahead to cheat. What will you do to that kind of a man? Some things we don't have answers to. But as much as you can, make sure he has a comfortable place. Make sure he is not looking for anything outside there. Do your best to just be the good woman. Somehow that could help. Even when he has cheated, he knows that he's doing it out of the fear he can't even tell you. But to some men that don't even care whether you see or you don't see, then that is something else. You need to seek counseling. You need to talk to yourselves. And if you cannot handle it, you need to walk away. Now, the big question, are all men the same as every man? This is a question that we probably would have to find a way to ask Mother Nature. Because if you studied, even in the animal kingdom, the male species is always a wandering species. I personally believe that all men think alike. All men think alike, and there is no one man that thinks differently. But like Mr. Alexander said, this is where maturity comes to play. Every man sees the same thing. Every man appreciates beauty. We know what beautiful is. Every man sees what goes on social media, how you ladies flaunt your bodies and tempt and entice them. Every man sees that. All right. So every man thinks that, look, they want more. They just want to try this and test this and see if this will be better for them. Every man sees that. But Paul also emphasized it. Maturity, most of the time, will make a man to think that, no, I shouldn't go beyond this level. Do not unnecessarily expose your man, because every man thinks the same. Every man assumes that, oh, that's more beautiful, that's better, that's sweeter, that's more lovely. It's an assumption. So you do your best not to encourage or to expose your man. How do you do that? Bring him inside. Let him have a cozy environment. Let him have a good home. Be happy. Smile a lot, woman. You need to smile a lot. When you wipe away the smiles from your face, he will go look for the smile outside. What is he looking for at the club? People dancing? Why don't you dance for him? People lap dancing? Why don't you lap dance for him? Sometimes women, you unnecessarily expose this man. You form too busy. You sleep too much. You work too hard. You're just, I hope I'm not annoying the women, but this is just a reality. I want your man to stay home. I want you to enjoy your home. I want you to enjoy your marriage. But please, everything that you need to do to make the home work, make it work. There are times that the situation, we have a call. I guess we just pick this and as we begin to round up. Welcome to Sharing Life with Issues with ESHMAN. Who am I speaking with, please? Omomi. You're calling from Nigeria. I see your number. Can you hear me, Omomi?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
Omomi, have you been following the program? What do you think about what we have said? Can a man stop cheating?
No.
You don't think a man can stop cheating?
That is not possible.
Wow. Hey, let me ask your mom, and I hope I'm
That's
not.
nature.
That's you said that is their nature. Miss Omomi, are you married?
Yes.
Oh, well, okay. Is there anything that you can do to stop your man from cheating? Is there anything that you think you can do? Is there anything you can do to stop your man from cheating?
Hello.
Is there anything you can do to stop your man from cheating? Miss Omomi, I can hear you loud and clear. The network took that off. If you can call us back quickly, we have barely 5 minutes for this program until Sunday. If you can call us back, Miss Omomi, please do call us back. But what she said is, it's their nature. There is nothing that you can do that a man will stop cheating. This is a topic that we can discuss till eternity. And one day, I will bring a man here and a woman. All right, we have a caller. Let's pick this real quick. Welcome to Sharing Life Issues with ESHMAN. Who am I speaking with, please?
My name is Ehi. I'm calling from Houston.
Yes, Miss Ehi.
Yes.
Have you been following up on the program?
Yes, I have.
Thank you very much. So what do you think about our discussion today?
Now, for me, I feel it's hard for a man to actually stay committed because he has a lot of temptations out there.
All right.
Now, my major problem is, even when they come back and they say they are sorry, and
yes,
they keep going out. So what should the woman do at that point in time? She's she's at the crossroad here. Because you're going to say, oh, okay, he comes back, he's apologizing. He goes again, he comes back, he's apologizing. A woman would accept.
Wow.
But when he is not repentant,
yes,
that's where the issue is.
Wow.
Because you're going to find some that are going to come in and they're going to say, oh, okay,
I messed up, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. There are two types of men here.
Okay.
You have one that comes back and they're going to say, I don't care. I want to do what I want to do. There, the woman is justified to say, okay, I'm packing my bags and I'm going. But when you now have a man that's coming back, the first time he's saying, I'm sorry. The second time he's saying, I'm sorry. Okay, you're trying to work it out.
Yes.
But then he still continues to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
From our African culture, you're going to say, oh, and he's apologizing.
Okay.
Just accept him that way.
Okay.
But for how long would you continue to accept if he's not repentant about his acts? That's where the issue is.
And I'm asking you, so what will you do? What's your advice? Because what you said is very, very true. At the end of the day, they keep coming back to say, I am sorry, I am sorry. At what point are we going to say it's enough?
The truth is, for every marriage, you cannot generalize. Every marriage is unique with its own future.
Wow.
So the woman is the one that's going to decide if she wants to stay and still try, or to the point in which she's saying, you know what, I'm done and I'm going.
Wow.
So the woman decides at what point she cannot take anymore. So we cannot generalize here and say just pack your bags and go. It depends on what the woman is saying.
Yes. I sincerely feel for the women from what you're saying. Sincerely, I do feel for the women, because it looks like, and this is the truth, no matter how much you try to stop a man from cheating, the same man will cheat, and he keeps coming back to sincerely apologize, sincerely from the bottom of his heart. But when he's faced with the same temptation again, he does the same again. Here is what I want you to say, Miss Ehi. If a woman leaves her husband because he cheated, whose hands is it likely to fall into?
Another woman.
Another man.
Sorry, okay, you're saying the woman?
If a woman leaves her husband because he cheated, whose hands is she likely to fall into?
Into another man.
That will do what?
She's praying that it's a better man.
Do you think the other man is also likely to cheat?
We cannot say that. The truth, like I said, every relationship is unique.
All right.
She might be lucky this time and she meets a man that is dedicated.
That's probability.
Yes.
Right?
Probability. Yes, it is. Yes,
I really want to thank you, Miss Ehi. I think we have another call. Thank you for calling. Make sure you call again and again. Thank you so very much. On that note, I think my submission is that to those of you women listening to me and watching me, I do not subscribe to the fact that you will leave your man because he cheated. Because sincerely, you're likely to fall into the hands of another man that is likely to cheat. What you can do, please work around it. Accept his apology. Help him out. There are some things he's looking for. On the next Sunday, we're going to be bringing a guest here. And we're talking about distance relationship, particularly those that are married. That's what we're going to be talking about next Sunday. But the upper Sunday, we need to find out sincerely, what are the roles you can play as a woman to make your man stay at home. This program has come to stay, and I want you to please gather your friends together. Let's make it the same time so that we can have a family discussion. We just want the homes to be better. For now, please do not walk away from your cheating husband. Help him out, except if you totally cannot handle it, which is my last option. When you cannot handle it, then walk away. You're walking away because this issue of cheating is threatening your life. The other woman is beginning to call you. The man does not care. He's bringing her home to the same place you're staying. He does not care what you think. He's ready to flaunt. At that point, that marriage is done. Walk away. But if it hasn't gotten to that level, please stay. Fight. When I say fight, I mean fight for what belongs to you. Positively, beg him if you have to, tempt him if you have to, make sure he stays. On this note, we're going to be wrapping up this program for today. It's been a wonderful program. Our aim is to make sure that everybody is happy. Next Sunday, let's get our popcorns together and make sure that we have more people coming in. It's 30 number. This will be the same number you're going to be calling in with next Sunday. Next Sunday, we're going to be discussing how long can you stay away from your spouse. You were married, you were living together, but circumstances and issues now make you to be staying apart from one another. How long can you stay away from your partner. Paul Wealth, thank you. You say fantastic. It is more beautiful. I appreciate you. This is the maiden edition of our program, Sharing Life Matters with ESHMAN. We're running through the ABN TV on channel 15.6 in Houston, Texas. Ola Ogukoya, thank you very much. You said good job. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Julius Esho, okay, I believe you got it later. Initially, you said you were unable to get a program. I'm sure you saw it later. Paul Wert, Julius, Omawumi, thank you. Ehi, thank you, all of you, for calling in. I know this is the maiden edition, and so a lot of our followers are not here, but next Sunday is likely to have more people coming in. I want to say a big thank you to all of you. Stay tuned, stay glued to ABN TV. If you're in Houston, it's on channel 15.6. For those outside Houston, you will see me on this same channel that you're watching right now on Facebook. And we're going to introduce you to the YouTube as well, so that you can watch from wherever you want to watch from next Sunday. Remember, a guest is coming with me on next Sunday, and we're going to be discussing how long can you stay without your partner. And I want you also to answer before next Sunday, how long can you stay away from your partner? Is it 1 week? Is it 1 year? Is it 10 years? We'll discuss that next week. This is hoping that when we see again, there will be good news for both of us to share. Esho Abiodun is my humble name, and I'll see you at the other side of the divide. Thank you now, and God be with you.
Hey guys, my name is Shina Ayo Oyinlola, and I'm trying to let you know that ABN TV do live stream events. Do you have any event coming up? Do you want somebody to do that for you? Live stream your event either to your own portal or to ABN TV Direct. Call on us now. 346-426-5650. 346-426-5650. We'll be glad to help you out. Thank you.